You're gonna be like, oh, I'm snatched all the way for the gods. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are a new subscriber, thank you so much for subscribing. If you're not, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. My name is Annette. I release videos once or twice a week covering a wide variety of topics, and I would love it if you could join the family. Today I will be talking about postpartum issues, specifically weight, managing your weight postpartum. I am a new mom. I just gave birth to a baby girl back in February, and I've encountered a lot of issues with postpartum, and I figured, being that my channel covers a wide variety of topics, I will come here and talk to you guys about postpartum. So I will be doing a 5-part postpartum series. This is the first part, and today we are going to be talking about managing your weight postpartum. Eventually I am going to cover postpartum depression. I'm going to cover other topics such as the realities of postpartum and a couple of other things that, you know, basically relate to postpartum. So be tuned in for that, and this is the kind of content that you like, and if this is something that's of interest to you, then be sure to make sure you subscribe, like, and also leave a comment below. So let's go ahead and get started. First of all, I'll go ahead and say this: I do not subscribe to the whole snap back culture. People who are crazy about snapping back to basically what they were before they actually got pregnant, or sometimes even what they were actually not before they got pregnant. I don't subscribe to that. I subscribe to you being the best version of yourself. It's just a matter of how good you feel about yourself. If you're healthy and you're able to go on everyday activities, not only are you healthy emotionally but also mentally and physically. That's what I focus on. However, we do know that when you get pregnant, you put on weight. Now, the recommended guidelines call for 30 to 40 pounds of additional weight for a full-term pregnancy. So some people go overboard, some people have less. I gained about 30 pounds, like a little under 30 pounds, but at the same time I wasn't full-term. So I had my baby a couple of weeks early, and I'm pretty sure that had I had my baby at 40 weeks or a little after 40 weeks, I would have definitely, you know, gained either 35 or 36 pounds, or maybe even 40 pounds. And now, 4 months later, I am 7 pounds shy of my pre-baby weight. There's no guarantee that I'm ever going to get back to my pre-baby weight, and I am fine with that. It may come in a couple of months, it may come next year too, or it may never come. What's important is the fact that I carried a child, nourished a child, birthed a child, and I'm still nourishing a child, which brings me to my very first point. Breastfeeding. One way you can help regulate your weight is breastfeeding. A lot of people think that because you're breastfeeding, you have to eat a lot, and that's going to make you, you know, put on a lot of weight. Yes and no. Yes, you do have to eat a lot. My breastfeeding appetite is out of this world. It's basically what I thought my pregnancy appetite will be. I had zero appetite while pregnant. Yes, breastfeeding appetite is crazy. You do want to eat all the time. However, it also helps you burn a lot of calories, and everything is tied together. So yes, you want to eat all the time, but are you having a hamburger for breakfast, a grilled cheese sandwich for a snack, and then a plate of rice, you know, 2 hours later? I'm guilty of all of that. But one of the blessings that you have with breastfeeding is it helps you burn calories. Now, it's not like it helps you burn calories as though you're training for a marathon. That's a whole different level. But your body is constantly in calorie burning mode, and especially if you have multiple kids, or if you have a child who is a healthy feeder like mine is. She is 14 pounds 12 ounces, and she's 4.5 months, so she has a healthy appetite, and that helps me. So a lot of celebrities have actually talked about this. I believe Beyonce talked about it as well, about the importance of breastfeeding and how it helps you as a mother. So consider that if you're worried about your post-baby weight and you're trying to figure out how you can regulate your post-baby weight. Now, I know breastfeeding doesn't come easy for a lot of people. It does not come easy for me. I am a self-acclaimed breastfeeding ambassador. However, if this applies to you, if you can breastfeed, or if you're exploring the possibilities of breastfeeding, just know that it is possible, and it actually can help you regulate your weight. The second thing is for you to hydrate, and this goes hand in hand with breastfeeding. In my last video where I talked about breastfeeding tips and how you can, you know, increase your milk supply and all of that, hydrate. I drink so much water because not only am I thirsty, but I also need to keep my milk supply up. And in doing that, I find that I'm full. I am full. My skin is elastic. I have 0 stretch marks on my belly. Now on my side, it's a different story. But where I had the most stretching on my belly, I have virtually no stretch marks. I believe it's because I kept my skin hydrated. By virtue of that, I'm not in dehydration mode. My organs are not shutting down. My body's not forcing itself to retain extra fat and other things that would have otherwise made me at risk for putting on weight or developing a really slow metabolism. So that's a benefit for hydration. Also, like I mentioned earlier, it quenches your hunger. A lot of times you're hungry, but if you actually drink a glass of water, like an 8-ounce glass of water or a bottle of water, you actually feel refreshed and full, and find that you don't need to eat at that point in time. Another thing that helps me is green tea. I've been a huge proponent of green tea for the longest. My green tea of choice is decaffeinated green tea because I can drink that at night and not worried about being up. I can also drink that and not worried about whatever effects caffeine, however minimal, may have on my breast milk production and breast milk supply. Green tea is well known in the health industry to help you lose weight, to help regulate your weight, to help increase your metabolism, and these are the things that actually help you lose in weight. Because as a mom, you're doing so much, but you're actually sometimes not burning as much calories. You're cooking, you're cleaning, you're picking up diapers, but you're not running for bus or train at home, you know, like you would have had you been at work. Or body gets used to your level of activity, and then it becomes a bit more sedentary, it becomes a bit more stagnant. That's why you have to always challenge yourself. And then my next point is exercise. Obviously exercise. Now this is very difficult. It's not just exercise, but exercise within your comfort. I have been able to do yoga a couple of times a week since I've been cleared to exercise, and I do yoga sporadically. I don't have a certain time, but just doing something helps my mind, helps my body, and I feel the tightness on my shoulders because everything hurts. I was joking that I developed early onset arthritis because my knees hurt, but basically the months after childbirth your body changes and everything hurts, and it's best for you to figure out how you can move around and how you can make these problems not long-term. Activity is always great. Body in motion stays in motion, you know that saying, and that's very helpful. So find some sort of exercise within your comfort. As a part of my mommy group a couple of weeks ago, I did participate in an online Zumba class. You know, I love Zumba. Haven't been able to go to Zumba because of COVID, but that's not going to stop me from being at home and attending a Zumba class. So find an activity that works for you, okay? Some people love long walks on a stroller. That's fine. My stroller is very difficult to manipulate, and sometimes I'm just not in the mood to do that. I'd rather just do yoga at home. Other times I'm ready to go for a walk. So find what works for you, but some sort of exercise, some activity is definitely important. With regard to eating, because we briefly talked about this, but we should talk about it a little more. I recommend you invest in power foods such as avocado, spinach, oatmeal, lots of tea, eggs. So eggs, you can boil them, scramble them, things that would give you the energy that you need for handling all your tasks at home, especially if you're working, or basically just even taking care of the home, you know, in general, which is a task on its own. And in doing that, you need fuel. And not only do you need fuel, you need good fuel that's going to do what it needs to do, help build your muscles, helps give you the energy, but also at the same time is not dense in calories and sugar that's going straight to the belly or thighs. So these are just some examples of some foods that I recommend that you should try out, that I eat all the time. Even when I do have some rice or I do have some bread, I make sure that I have a limited quantity and just have a lot of veggies and a lot of avocado or a lot of, you know, oatmeal. Or I make oatmeal muffins if I'm tired of making a regular oatmeal, just because I want something different, but I do want a power food. And if you can hear Leah in the background, she's right here with me, and I think she wants to be in the video too, but not today until she starts speaking. So yeah, that's definitely another avenue which you can control your diet and make sure that you're not putting on excess weight and just getting the best that you need. And then the final thing is shapewear. A lot of people have some aversions towards shapewear. I don't have any aversions towards shapewear. A lot of people recommended that I wear a belly band after I had the baby. I tried a belly band, it was just not my thing, doesn't work for me, but Spanx works for me. So if you can get a belly band or a waist trainer, or, you know, Spanx or some other shape / solution wear, obviously one that doesn't cost a ton, absolutely go for it. That's something that not only will help you feel better, but it also just helps, you know, cinch things together, and you're training your muscles, and over time with continuous use and religious use, it can help cinch things together, make you feel good, make you look good, and make you a step closer to your goal, which is, you know, a healthy postpartum mommy body that you're proud of, that has raised and nurtured a child, and one that you feel confident in. So I hope you find these tips helpful. These are tips that I embody in my life. These are tips that are very essential as far as having a healthy postpartum body. Remember, it's not all about snapping back. If you snap back within 2 seconds, that's great, but the journey, I've realized, is definitely not linear. There's some days you're going to feel bloated and you're going to feel like, oh my God, I'm fat, my belly is big. The other days you're going to be like, oh, I'm snatched all the way for the gods. Just be happy with yourself. Take the necessary steps to get you to where you want to be. And if you follow these tips, I can guarantee you that you will definitely love the results. Thanks again for watching. I appreciate you for stopping by. If you're new to my channel, be sure to hit the subscribe button. If you're not, thanks for stopping by. I'll catch you guys in my next video. Bye guys. She wants to join the video.